Ladies and gentlemen, the happy hour is back. Jesus Christ. Fucking. Hello, and welcome to the happy hour. I'm your host, and if you're watching me, that means I'm happy. Sorry about the 2-month absence. I cut my finger. Here we're going to be going over some of the past week's biggest stories from the world of pro wrestling, but first, this week's drink special. Alright, so before I get started, I know my table's too low, so I hope you appreciate this nice view of my crotch. When you get one of those big boy cuts on your finger, the last thing you want to deal with is an infection. That's why this week's drink is the penicillin.
For this drink, you'll need some blended scotch, single malt scotch, a little fresh ginger, and lemon juice.
And most importantly, some honey syrup. To make this drink, you're going to throw a little ice in your mixer, put in 3/4 of an ounce of the blended scotch, 3/4 of an ounce of the lemon juice, 3/4 of an ounce of the honey syrup, and just a splash of the single malt scotch. Oops. Alright folks, after all your hard work, it's time for a taste. Get your thumb on the table. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the penicillin. That's that good medicine. So always drink responsibly, and whatever you do, keep that thumb on the table. Welcome back. Our top story tonight, WWE's new wildcard rule. In what may be a reaction to network pressure, WWE has installed a new ploy which allows them to spread their talent across brands. Introduced as a spontaneous idea from Vince McMahon on last week's Monday Night Raw, the new wildcard rule was going to see 4 Raw superstars appear on SmackDown each week, while 4 SmackDown superstars will appear on Raw. While undoubtedly thrilling for fans, the new stunt may serve as an indicator of trouble for the company, with WWE shares plummeting a staggering 10% after posting of their first quarter earnings. With WWE posting a nearly $5.5 million loss versus last year, NBC Universal and Fox have begun to balk at the idea of divvying out major talent between the two of them. Rumors have it that Vince did not want to give it the idea of separate brands, but that the two networks want to see star power on both shows and don't think that the two separate shows have enough star power individually. With the move of SmackDown to Fox set to take place in October, WWE could find itself between a rock and a hard place as dwindling profits leave two competing networks fighting for bigger pieces of a smaller pie. In our next story, 25-year-old veteran pro wrestler Rhino may be leaving the WWE. Having last wrestled at the Andre the Giant Battle Royale at WrestleMania last month, the 43-year-old pro wrestler has made scant few appearances on WWE TV since losing to Heath Slater in last December. Rhino, born Terrence Guerin, has begun to accept independent bookings, with IWC announcing him as returning to their roster. It does appear that he'll be leaving the company once his contract is up, despite reportedly being offered a handsome contract. Rhino returned full-time to the WWE in 2016. He went on to become one half the inaugural SmackDown Tag Team Champions alongside Heath Slater after the pair defeated the Usos at Backlash. After being drafted to Raw in April 2017, he was used sparingly on TV. Being only the latest of WWE superstars turning down huge contracts to seek their fortune elsewhere, we here at the Happy Hour wish Rhino only the best, and please don't tell him I said any different. In other news, with a serious surgery behind her, Nia Jax is currently training for her return to the WWE ring. Nia went under the knife on April 25th after having dealt with pain in both knees for more than a year. Despite initial recovery estimates being as high as 9 months, Nia Jax told her fans recently that she was, quote, doing very well, better than doctors expected. Quote, "If you thought double knee surgery was going to stop me, then you have no clue who the fuck I am. 2 weeks post-surgery, #respect the hawk, #whitesnake." We here at the Happy Hour wish only the best for Nia Jax, and please don't tell her I said any different. Could you imagine being in a room with Nia Jax and Rhino and you pissed both of them off? They didn't want to play Twister. Well, folks, that brings us to our new weekly segment, AEW Watch, where we keep a close eye on the up-and-coming federation that some are saying is going to reignite the Monday Night Wars. Some are saying it won't, though. But it might. Probably not. But maybe! In this week's AEW Watch, we learned that UK's ITV will be broadcasting AEW's second official event, Double or Nothing, on their ITV box office channel. I think it's like pay-per-view. There will also be a free pre-show buy-in available on ITV Channel 4. Buy-in, a free pre-show, will also be available on the free ITV4. Is it ITV4? IT4? It's ITV4. AEW President Tony Khan was quoted as saying, "We've stated since our launch that we want to make this the greatest time ever to be a professional wrestling fan, and part of this plan is to make our product as accessible as possible to a global audience." Double or Nothing will air on Sunday, May 26th at 1 a.m. GMT in the UK. What the fuck is GMT? Could you Google that? In other news, the long-talked-about TV deal with Turner is said to be virtually done, according to Tony Maglio of The Wrap. With AEW not being a publicly traded company like the WWE, financial details are scarce, but some are expecting an announcement as early as next Wednesday. AEW President Tony Khan and others are expected to appear this Wednesday at the Warner Media Upfront event. Oh, and Upfront is this big expensive party that media companies throw to jerk themselves off and try to suck money from investors. Billions of dollars traded around. The event is scheduled at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, but an announcement about AEW is expected before the event begins. Well, folks, that's it for this week's show. If you like what you just watched, consider subscribing and give us a like and a share if you care. Join me here next Monday, and be sure and catch our pals, the Mad Titans of Radio, on STLR Media on
Wednesday.
or on their Facebook page. Links in the description. Bunch of sweethearts. Bunch of sweethearts, those guys. Just dolls. Thanks for watching, folks. I'm Happy. This has been the Happy Hour, and as always, drink responsibly.